This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain shocking revelations, violence, and sexual themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is Birdcage 3. It was written by Max Meltzer, who is also our keeper of arcane lore, and this is episode 2. Our recap will be given by Connor McLean as his character, John Root. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Connor?
Well, it was another day into the pitch dark hole that I seem to be employed at the moment, digging a hole to get into a German encampment on the other side of no man's land. And of course, they had to pick that day to scramble on up over the hill during a mortar strike, and of course, throw down some mustard gas to boot. Now, me, Erastus, Jethro, Kenneth, Jeffrey, we're all stuck about 100 feet under the ground, pretty much just trying to survive. We encountered some German tunnelers who we quickly dispatched with ruthless efficiency, even I have to say. But afterwards, we had discovered a little bit of a bunker, where we also took care of a technically prisoner of war. It did not end well for said prisoner of war. After that, in the bunker, we made it back out into the tunnels, traveled a bit further north, and found their sleeping quarters, where we killed a monster. Full-blown monster. It had frog legs that clung to the side of the tunnel, Venus flytrap mouth on a dog head. It was very ugly to look at. But after the monster had been dealt with and we got our bearings again, the old door inside the bunker with that strange machine attached to it opened up. And either that'll get us out of this damned hole, or it'll kill us all.
Thank you, Connor. And with that recap, we begin as you hear the giant bunker door creak slowly open.
You hear that? The door's open. The other door. Maybe we can get out.
Yeah, maybe. Should we explore any more here?
I want to see what's out the door. I'd really just like to get the hell out.
I don't care what they had stashed under their mattresses. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, we did kill Stumpy to try to get it open. It would be best if we just went out the door first.
I'll head out first since I'm armed
All right.
with my sawed-off rifle.
Do you guys want to inspect the creature at all, or are you just you're over him?
That's gonna
How dismembered is it at this point?
Some monstrosity that the Germans invented, some genetic mutation, weird thing. I'll kind of look at it as I go by.
Yeah, and as you look at it, it does kind of, you're right, it does kind of look like a genetic mutation. You can see a lot of noticeably human traits about it. It has sort of human-looking torso, rib cage, all the structures of, the basic human body, except for the distortions to the face, legs, and arms. But yeah, sort of like a platypus. That's a great analogy. It's sort of like a more toothsome platypus. And you can see in its hand it has some chalk.
Gonna draw us a picture. I'll reach down and pick up the chalk. Does it look like a piece of rock, the rock, chalk the rock, or an actual piece of school board chalk?
It looks like a piece of school chalk. It's
That's
sort of one
weird.
of the bigger sized ones, though. It's not a
Fat
thin.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fat one.
That room that the monster came from, like, was just
Yeah.
a hallway? What was it like? I got dragged down there because I would have at least
Was
given like a brief look around. What's up with there?
like it just appeared out of nowhere.
One of
Yeah,
the
it
tunnels,
came
right?
it came out of that tunnel right there on the left side of the room.
I mean, I'm sure the Germans have their own network of tunnels. It could have been anywhere down here.
Is there anything else? Is the thing a naked animal, or does it like have cloth on it?
No, it's naked. It appears to be sort of asexual, for lack of a better word, in
Okay.
nature. It definitely does not look like it looks like maybe like a mule or like a liger or something. It looks like a crossbreed.
Is there evidence of surgery? Like that? Is it evident that these things have been added onto it, like maybe grafted onto the human body or something like that?
No, there's no evidence of surgery. There are evidence though that it was injured, but it's not a surgical injury. It looks like a regular injury.
I'm going to pick up the chalk and keep it with me for if we get lost in the tunnels, we can make marks on the wall.
You don't think there are more machines down here that, well, they don't take away like that one did with Stumpy, but they twist
I
and
don't know.
shift. Yeah.
The Germans
Stumpy
are sick.
said-
They've made some weird torture devices down here or something.
Stumpy didn't say anything else about machines. Maybe that was the only one, I think.
Anybody who has a cult could roll a cult.
Give it a try. I just got the
Okay.
base 5.
I mean, just the base 5.
Well, you can still
Fail.
try base 5.
Yeah,
Might get
do
lucky.
Close.
Oh
but-
my God, I got an 8. I will
got an
spend
88.
3. Oh, wait, does it meet or beat?
Yeah, it
Do I need
needs
to
to at
spend-
least be a 5.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I will spend 3 luck to get a 5.
All right, so that's an extreme. And with an extreme,
No,
No,
No.
it's
that's
just a pass.
Yeah, the base is 5. An extreme
Yeah.
would be a 1.
you can spend 4
Oh,
more
sorry,
to make it
just 'cause you said
Oh.
an extreme.
yeah, just
I
'cause you said
mean, I'll
I
spend
assume.
more. Sure, I'll get an extreme. I'll do it. That would
What?
be I have an 8 now and I want to take it to a 1, so I'll spend 7 luck.
Okay, so you have an extreme, and with an extreme, you may have heard rumors about underground creatures like dwarves, obviously, or other things like that. But one particular story comes to mind of something called a ghoul, which is a creature that climbs into mausoleums and eats the flesh of recently deceased and interred people in their coffins or in the places of burial.
Spooky story to scare children.
And you, with an extreme, I'll say, you also know that there's sort of a rumor about these creatures in the stories. They're commonly depicted as being able to tunnel very well, and sometimes the tunnels lead to fairyland or an equivalent of that, like some other land.
Hmm.
Now, she's knowing
uh,
all of this. Yeah.
guys, I remembered this story that my grandma used to tell me. We thought it was to scare us, but it was a ghoul. That she called it a ghoul, and it would eat dead bodies, and then but it could tunnel all the way through stuff. And
not
this just reminded me of it. And it could
but
tunnel, but then it would make these tunnels and it would connect like our world to like other places. And she said it was like fairy tale, but she also made it sound like it was really scary so that we like would behave.
Jethro, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I believe we have bigger worries than made up corpse eaters.
Oh,
I
wait,
know.
wait.
what do these tunnels look like? Aren't they supported with wood beams all over the place? So
Oh, our
they don't
tunnels?
seem like, yeah,
These are man-made tunnels.
Okay, I was going to say.
These
yeah.
are, oh. Yeah, but the
I know it's
impression
creepy. They're
she gave us it was like they would burrow, just like a prairie dog would burrow a
well,
tunnel.
it certainly
But
took
okay.
the flesh off of that guy.
Oh, wait, Stumpy did say he was American, and they've got like a Statue of Liberty poster here. I mean, I don't know of any American Legion in the German army right now. Do you? Any of you?
Hmm.
Don't think so. That would have made pretty big headlines.
Actually, you could roll intelligence for that.
Okay.
Oh, 20.
Pretty sure that's a hard success.
There actually are a couple
Yeah,
of German American legions on the German side.
Ooh.
I guess it could have been one of those legions, but still, this is fucked up what they're doing down here.
I mean, even so, they'd at least remember how to speak English. They wouldn't
That-
plumb forget.
That's
This is
true.
mad scientist shit.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like
Dr.
it one
Frankenstein.
bit.
But why has the creature got chalk in its hand? That's really weird.
Well, before we go through the door, we could try and find out where it came from.
Well, that tunnel it came from, does it, like, if we shine the light down there, is it
Uh,
like a tunnel that was built out for like another room? Is it similar to where we came from or not?
Yeah, it looks like the same construction.
And besides, it wouldn't be hard to follow it. It doesn't walk on 2 feet like us. It literally stuck its legs in the wall. We just have
Well,
to
if,
follow those little divots to find out where it came from.
if we're going deeper, we better keep on guard. I don't want to be ambushed by another one
I'd
of
like
these
to at
things.
least see if that door leads to a stairs going up.
Yeah, I'm confused as to now we're talking about going to Fairyland. I thought we wanted to leave. The door's open now, and we all want to go home.
Right, right.
Sergeant, if I may, we did leave uh, when we collapsed the tunnel, we did leave it just enough to where we might be able to dig ourselves out if we want to go back.
But do we want to go to a German-infested home turf or a presently unoccupied enemy land?
Yeah, we don't know what the state is back up there. The Germans might have completely overswept our position. I think we've been trying to get out the back door, so to speak. I still think that's the best idea.
Well, maybe any intelligence that we can get and bring it back to our people, because I kind of felt that we died already. We're buried underground. We're on enemy lines. If we get lucky, we'll get out of this. But if we get lucky and get out of this with a bunch of information about what they're doing down here, then we'll be helping our side of the war the most.
As Erastus finishes that thought, I'm going to pick up that postcard I tried to read earlier if I can find it again. As a piece of intelligence.
Sure, yeah, you got it.
You know, that's what I like about you, Weed. You manage to keep morale high if we get out of this. Oi.
You know what they say, that it
Shall
can
we sing
always
a
get
song?
worse.
No singing. Look,
I'm
let's go to the
gonna-
door. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go poke my head out into the tunnel and see, like, look toward the way that the creature came from, and then I'm gonna look the other way too.
All right. You can do a spot hidden. Yeah, do a spot hidden.
Okay, I got a 53 out of 60. I passed.
All right. So now that Root mentioned like marks from the creature climbing around the walls, you can see those actually back the way you came from, and also the way that you're looking. So it looks like it might have been in that tunnel that you guys were just in too. And yeah, you see it goes out there into what looks like it's just like a bend, and then you can kind of look around the bend if you want, and it kind of looks like another barracks room.
Oh shit. This guy's left tracks all over the place. He's been that way and that way. Those divots are everywhere. All right,
Well,
we
if
should
there's
just
more of them. I mean, maybe we should just check on that door instead, see if it's open.
Freaking
Yeah,
more of them.
let's keep your cool, Wood. We
But
killed
there's
one,
no
we can
harm in
kill
just
another.
Get your guns out. Do you guys have guns?
Uh,
I
Your
I don't have a
pickaxes,
gun.
whatever.
Yeah, we got
Let's
shovels.
go.
Yeah, we're all
Okay.
ready to go. Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna
Right.
step out and start walking back towards the
Big
door
door.
room. Yeah, the big door. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's in a different room though. We have to go down the tunnel and then go back into that other room.
Yeah, it was back
Yeah, we
the
go
other
down
way.
the tunnel, take a left,
Okay,
and then
then-
we're back in the bunker.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, and is there light or is everything dark?
I got my headlamp.
we still have
Oh.
our candles, right? Or some of them.
There was light in the bunker room, and there's also light in this room that you're in. There was no light in the tunnel between the bunker room and this room.
Do we have light sources besides Ruth's headlamp?
Um,
We'll say we grabbed a couple of candles.
I mean, I figured we had some anyway.
sure, there's some candles lying around this room that you're in. You can grab them.
Okay.
All right, so you're going back into the bunker room, correct?
Yes.
All right, so you go down the hallway and into the bunker room. You see the door is wide open where it once was closed. The machine appears to have turned off that you shoved the German in. And you guys walk up to the threshold of the door. And it's at this point that you remember that it was the gas leak that put out the lights in the hallway.
Mhm.
And who has the lowest luck?
Oh boy.
Oh, I have 52 now.
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
60 on.
I have 63.
I've got
Yeah,
60.
Okay, so it sounds like Jethro has the lowest luck.
I'm sorry, I have 50.
Oh, it sounds like Erastus has the lowest
Yeah.
luck. Go ahead and roll it.
Coin flip 50-50.
Pretty much.
97.
And
Oh.
Wait,
everybody,
can I spend luck?
you can spend as much luck as you want, actually, on this. It will not improve your chances of success.
Luck on luck.
But it's at this point when everybody do, I guess, a dodge roll, I guess.
Oh God.
Oh,
There's a 9, which is probably good.
96 again.
That's not
Ugh, yikes.
no,
That's actually
that's a fail on
an
my part.
extreme success for me.
I
Okay,
got it.
ostrich.
30 on 30.
I passed.
All right, so Erastus and actually, yeah, Erastus and Doyle.
Oh, I failed. I'm sorry. I got
Got a
60 on
shovel in my
40.
hand.
yeah, both of you failed.
Okay.
You sort of think, oh yeah, the gas leak, and then you turn around and bam, the entire door from where you came in explodes in a massive explosion. All the lights go out, the electric lighting in this room. You're knocked into the hangar bay room. All of you are. And as you enter there, you realize that the rock ceiling is crumbled a little bit and some rock has hit you, Erastus and Doyle, and you can take a d6 of damage. It's a huge boulder, like sort of slag piece that's fallen on. Okay. So Erastus, you get some. It sort of like falls on your shoulder and hits you really hard, but you're okay.
Knocks me down, probably on the ground.
Ooh, I rolled a 6 on the d6. This is not good.
All right,
Oh.
Doyle, a large rock that looks like it was embedded in the ceiling falls down and crushes your leg, and you're pinned.
That's also definitely a major wound for me.
All right, roll con.
All right. Yeah, passed by 1 point.
All right, so you're still conscious of the fact that your leg is completely fractured.
God.
Right. Anybody got first aid?
I got
Check.
I have a
30.
52.
Oh, that's good.
Are my birds okay?
Oh God.
Your birds are absolutely fine. Sure, let's just say they're fine.
It's fine.
Can anyone beat a 52 in first aid?
No, I think
No.
that's it.
All right,
do you-
I'm gonna
I
dash.
also have a 15 first aid. Could I maybe
We're like
assist
tag
her?
team it.
Or, yeah.
You can only get 1 point back total. So
But if I failed, maybe it'll help.
Well,
Yeah, I'd say if Doyle is assisting, you can get a bonus dice, Jethro.
Nice.
I
All
will
right.
do my absolute best
Thanks.
after being crushed.
All right. First roll is a 14.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, nice.
Second roll is not a 14. So
Okay,
I hard.
with a 14, you can sort of extract his leg from the boulder without amputating it. It's completely fractured though. You splint it up, but he's not going to be able to use this leg. He's going to need to either be carried by, not carried, but like supported by one of you guys, or you could actually use like
can I give
the
him my
rifle
shovel?
or the shovel you have as a crutch.
Use it as a crutch.
Yeah.
Oh, shite.
Don't worry,
Thanks.
Doyle. We'll
Thanks,
get you out of
Jethro.
here.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're gonna be fine. Absolutely
I like your
fine.
cheery optimism.
Yeah,
I'll
well,
find
if-
some birds that can warn us if there's an explosion.
Well, I did tell you it was methane.
What the hell exploded?
The methane gas from the tunnel entrance. It finally sparked. Kaboom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you guys come to, you sort of the lights start flickering back on. Maybe one or two is on, dimly lighting this room. You can see that the interior of the hangar bay looks to be a large concrete chamber. It almost looks like a museum or a lab or like a clean room where they would store archaeological finds. There's different, what look like artifacts. You can't really make them out on tables. Very sterile environment.
Where the hell are we, Sarge? Is this like a hospital or a lab or
They said it
buried
was a
underground?
I
Yeah.
knew Stumpy was lying. He said this was a tomb. This don't
Stumpy
look like any
said
tomb I've ever seen.
he said
I
there
don't
was
know,
something
but-
about the devil about this place. I mean,
Were they putting that stuff together or something? I don't know.
he said if either this was a tomb or if we open it, everyone will die, I think. As you can tell, my German isn't that great.
Well,
Well,
to
if
be
it's-
fair, if we didn't have the door open, we'd all be dead. Those rocks would have crushed us in the explosion.
Tell me about
If
it.
it's some sort of a facility with science equipment, maybe and museum things and stuff like that, can I find a weapon, an axe or maybe a fire
Yeah.
axe or something?
Yeah. So you're looking at the tables around the clean room, and you sort of have your candle lit. The gas is gone. There's no danger of a secondary explosion. You're looking at the different artifacts. You see a lot of them do appear to be military in nature. There's a helmet similar to the one that you saw in the drawing that the German soldier gave you.
Sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And you also see what looks like maybe a halberd or some sort of pole axe on the table, and you can pick that up. And it looks like it's in pristine condition.
Huh. Silver? Brass?
It's you would say it's probably brass inlaid in steel.
Okay.
And there's
Yeah.
also the wooden handle has sort of a hard black material inlaid in it in a very elegant pattern.
Some sort of museum piece. Any of you got history?
Well, I don't need
I
history
do
to
have some
tell. This looks like the drawing Stumpy gave us. This Carcosan? Would that be the correct term?
I
I
don't
think he
know.
said this was a soldier of East. Yeah. Here, pass the drawing off to who said they had history? Who volunteered? No one. Okay, I'll give it to Oxbridge.
I'll just take the halberd and it's mine now.
You think it would hurt a lot if you hit something with this?
Imagine that.
I can sort of, I mean, fighting with a shovel is not unlike fighting with a halberd.
Very similar.
Poke and chop.
Keep it funny. Tunnel's not super conducive to long polearm weapons, though. Poke with it, though.
It's a good point.
We should have gone to that
Oxbridge,
ninja village.
are you taking a look at the artifacts?
Yeah, I mean, I can certainly try. I don't think I really had. Do I have history or anything? No, I don't think I really have anything. I mean, I have like engineering and things. If there's any like machinery or anything, I could try and look at it. But all of my knowledge is technical in nature. I don't really have any like history or anything like that.
Do an engineering roll.
Okay.
Go ahead and do an engineering roll.
I oddly have
No, 80.
46 in archaeology.
No,
Right?
weird.
I mean,
Nice.
you could
I
give
got it.
archaeology a try.
Fail. Nothing for me.
All
Do
right,
I
so
have 46 in archaeology?
yeah, no,
That's
you do.
awesome.
I think that should be in your background, right? It should say that you worked on an archaeological dig.
Oh, okay.
That is epic.
I got a 17 out of that's actually hard. So, I mean, I'm looking at
Yeah, I might have forgot to include that in the background, but that's supposed to be in your background. Okay, so Oxbridge, you're looking around at these things. There are some mechanical devices in there that you're going to be perfectly honest. They look like torture devices. They look like, you've heard of like thumb screws. One of them looks like a mask that looks like you could put something in someone's mouth and you don't even know what it does, but it looks horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, something. And
that's horrifying of all.
and Weed, you're looking at these things. You've been in an archaeological dig in Iraq, and these things look like they're maybe 1600s, 1500s around there, maybe a little earlier, even 1400s, but Renaissance period. The helmet though looks possibly like ancient Phoenician. It's a very odd sort of combination of designs here. It's nothing you've ever seen. And there's also some notes they're all in German, but there's some notes, copious notes all around about every single artifact. And it's at this point that you notice in the back wall, there's sort of a cutout in the concrete where it looks like it's been deliberately cut out, where there's sort of a hole in the wall. It's small. Maybe you could fit through it crawling. It would be a tight fit for Doyle. But you could get in there, and it doesn't look like it's like the other holes. It looks much rougher.
Does it look like this hole was made for me? Sorry, I have to make the joke.
Hey,
Does it look like maybe a hole that they dug to let air in from outside? A shaft going?
It doesn't. They would have ventilation. In fact, they do have some like rudimentary ventilation, which shows that this is an advanced facility. But you do sort of go near it and notice that there seems to be some sort of like almost like a breeze in there, like maybe fresh air coming from that
So
hole.
there's either a way out or there's a way that goes into a big cave system. Because caves breathe.
Yeah.
Does this remind me of the fairy tale that my grandma told me?
Yes, this looks very much like it could have been dug by the creature.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk over to see what they're looking at, and I'm gonna like, oh fuck. That's the tunnel. That's what
So would you say about
what-
2 feet wide, 2 feet high, or less?
Yeah,
You said there were like German notes or descriptions on these artifacts? Can I
everywhere.
make out basic words on them?
Yeah, roll a German. We'll see if you get close. If you get close, you'll
Fair
get a
enough.
little bit.
monster tunnel, monster tunnel.
94.
Yeah,
No.
okay, so you have no, you don't even think you'd understand this if it was in English, to be honest.
Okay.
There's pictures, and the pictures depict the hole on the wall, some of them. Some of them depict the artifacts. And then some of them depict like almost like if you know the Carceri, like really weird drawings of sort of city-like spaces that look sort of sinister in nature.
Is there another way out of this room?
No,
Is the door still open?
it is not.
All right. All right.
Of course it's not.
I'm not shy of tight spaces.
Yeah,
And
neither
I can
am
feel air. I can feel air. Let me just go check, and I'll climb into it and scoot in.
I'll follow behind you, Weed. Don't want you getting
No, don't
lost by
follow
yourself.
behind me because I might want to back out of it really quick. So
Fair enough.
just wait, and I'll yell back if it's clear.
All right.
All right,
I'll take one little candle with me as I move forward.
and Weed, as you climb in, you might remember one time back in the mines back at home, someone hung as a joke, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter," over the entrance
Yeah.
to the mine.
Mhm.
You might be remembering that now, maybe less jokingly, slightly.
I also kind of forgot that my shoulder hurts, so I'm regretting now trying to climb in this tight space with my
Yeah, and
whatever.
now the preeminent question, legs first or face first?
Face first.
Face first. All right. So you get down sort of on your arms, you're good at crawling. You know how to get
Yeah.
through these places. You do this every day. And you crawl through, and this is like the freshest air you've smelled since you got here. It smells
Yeah.
like outside. And as you climb through it, maybe about 15 feet in, you see a little, like a light at the end that looks like it's maybe about 5 feet away. An exit. You climb out to the exit and see a room. The room has a drain, sort of like on the floor. It looks like it's made of stone, like a almost medieval design. And there, directly in front of you, almost looks like a gramophone head and some pipes outside. It looks like a weird machine.
Nobody in the room?
No, absolutely silent.
Is there a door or something leading out of the room?
There's a door right next to the gramophone.
So I am going to carefully extract myself into that space and then turn around back to the hole and say, it's all clear. It leads to another room.
All right.
There's fresh air and some sort of machine. And there's there's a door leading out, so it's probably a way out.
All
You
right.
guys are going to have to get one behind Doyle and one ahead of him and push and pull him through.
It's all right. I can drag a leg behind me.
Well,
Yeah,
Jeffrey, you can help out Doyle. And I'll start making my way up.
all right. And let's say Root you get out, but Doyle, you can roll a size for me.
Man.
Oh my God.
You can roll
I
a
should have
size.
taken more points off of that. Nope. See.
Push, pull, push.
Okay, that is a that's a regular success.
Okay, let's say that means that you can fit through. You drag yourself through. You can fit your sort of rifle. It's really awkward, but with the help of Oxbridge and Wood, you're able to. It's horrible. It's like the walls are really pushing in on you, but you're able to get through and sort of flop out. You almost feel like you're like a hairball going down a drain. Like it's brutal. But you guys all get out into this room, and when you stand out there, you realize that there's a window, small window, barred, maybe like 6 inches by 6 inches. It looks like almost a prison area. But there's a window to the outside. You can see sunlight outside.
Are we on a hill? Is there a hill? I think that we didn't go up, so we must have gone through it. There must have been a valley or a hill on the other side that we're looking out into. I can see outside.
Well, does it look like the terrain like we would somewhat recognize outside?
It's a tiny window. You can see the
can't see
sky.
much.
That's it. That's about it.
See.
I don't think we should be this high up and be able to see.
Well, there's no way we could be underground, but we could have come out in a trench or on the side or on a hill or.
I don't know. Maybe the Germans built this up in the valley or in the hill. I don't know.
Who cares how high up we were? We're out of the
Right,
dirt.
it's there. Yeah.
Just
Have we all gotten in?
You're all in. You're all in. And as maybe Oxbridge turns around, or Wood or Doyle, one of the last ones out, you can see that there's some sort of symbol written in chalk hastily around the hole that you just came out of.
Oh, just a circle.
It looks like a circle, and then there's some lines that are sort of curving around it.
Huh. Chalk. Is this where that thing came from?
God,
I
I
wonder-
hope not.
I'm not that familiar with our geography. Maybe we're in this Carcosa, Germany or something.
Wood,
A small
Jethro,
village.
you talked about ghouls, was it? Does this make any sense to you?
And she said that the ghouls make these tunnels, and they can tunnel into a tomb, eat parts of dead bodies, and then they tunnel other places that can lead to fairylands. But she also said it could connect other lands. I just thought she meant like other fairylands, but
What if that's what
We've-
Stumpy meant? Like this, pointing to like the ground underneath. It's like this is a tomb. Like we are going to die here.
I think it's too much methane inhaled. We're all
let's just try and
loopy.
let's just keep low.
Let's open the door and what do you
I
think this
I
machine?
think the whole time I've been Root has been just checking the door, seeing if it's locked.
Yeah. Before you check the door, I would say that you guys can just see this out in the open. The machine
Yeah,
is there.
What's the machine?
It looks like almost like a piano organ. It looks like it has pipes with large open receptors for sound. And something, or maybe wind, like an organ, and something would push in there, and the keys are capable of being manipulated by metallic arms that are attached to these things, and they go up into the ceiling and then assumedly out into some system that would produce a sound from that.
So like some sort of musical instrument.
Exactly.
Weird.
And in the middle of the room, there's a hook on the ceiling with a long, like maybe 15 feet long, leather harness or strap attached to it.
More kinky stuff from the Germans. Well, they're torturing people. They're cutting people's limbs off. They're making weird mutant creatures. They're desperate to win the war because we're going to kick their butts.
I don't know how much of this is the Germans. I mean, have you seen that museum on the other side of this? Why would they make this? And
I don't know, but we are in Germany right now. It's directly above us. Do we hear any of the bombing sounds going on?
Oh, that's a good call.
Oh, they're French? Well, that explains everything.
Makes perfect sense.
I thought that
Belgians.
I thought.
Do we hear any more
shot stumped
explosions
into
from
was
above?
French.
Classic French dismemberment.
Do a listen roll, Erastus.
Yeah.
Do a listen roll.
Oh,
God,
pass
I
that
will
one.
too.
Regular.
No explosions. You do hear a sort of low, very faint vibration sound coming from the device, though. It sounds like vaguely musical.
Like the sound that a big pipe organ makes when it's warming up.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's any coherent playing or anything. It might just be like the machine moving or intaking air naturally.
Does it sound vaguely like, I mean, scales? Like, you said there was like an organ on this side. Could we like replicate that like Simon Says or something?
You can definitely do that.
Oh my God.
Hey, I'm just asking.
Sorry, that was internal. Is it the same rhythmic that Erastus heard when he held the stick up, like at the very beginning? Was it the
Yeah,
same?
that's what I was thinking. Is it the same repeating noise of the machine?
Yeah, if Erastus is listening, yeah, it might be. Might be something like that.
I don't know. This is all very confusing.
Right, well, I'm about 5 seconds away from taking this pick and bursting through this door.
The door is unlocked.
Never mind, I don't have to do that.
And you open it,
Oh God.
and directly in front of you, you see a stairwell down.
Damn it! Wrong
No.
direction.
Yeah, it's not where we're trying to go.
I don't want to go down anymore. Can we just go up for once?
Well, it's
But
either
there
we
is
go down.
there is a larger room that you can enter.
Okay, maybe there's another stairwell in the back of the room that goes up. Maybe this is the transferal point. I don't know. Let's just go.
Otherwise, we can spend our time here picking through this wall and getting out where that little hole is.
You can also do that.
I do have the
Hey.
explosive charge. I could blow that window open.
Ooh.
How thick is the cement from the inside of the window to the outside of the window?
It's not cement. This looks like it's made of cobblestone or stone brick.
That would give way. We should be able to hit it really hard with.
I got a pick.
It's not
I
even
gotta
mortared. It's not even mortared together. It's just held together by pressure.
And what I'll try to do is take my halberd, but the bottom end, if it's not sharpened, and just try to hit some of the rocks around the hole and see if I can get them to fall out.
All right. So you sort of like do a Jenga thing where you feel for the one that's not the keystone, maybe a loose stone, and you whack it and it flies out and falls, and you can look out the hole.
Oh, we can see better out the hole. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna listen if we hear a thud from the rock that falls out.
You can hear it clattering, but no thud.
Okay, so it didn't drop too far.
It looks like it dropped. No, it sounds like it dropped very far. And
Maybe
This makes no
not
sense at
the
all.
window.
Erastus, as soon as you look out that hole that you made, you can see that you appear to be maybe a few 100 feet in the air, like 200 feet in the air.
Like on a tower or something?
In a tower, exactly. And
I think I'm going to pull back silently and do a sanity roll because all the laws of physics don't make any sense for me now. Let's
Yeah.
see, 55. What is my sanity? My sanity is 45, so I failed.
all right, do a D4. Actually, you can just do one for that.
Just take one.
Yeah.
And I just I
What?
sit down on the ground and I just point at the hole.
What? And I think Root will go over, look over.
Okay, Rue, you can do a
Oh
sanity roll.
God.
Oh, I got an 01. I'm fine.
So you're just thinking, wow, we
That
must have
did not feel like a very long tunnel down there. No.
really gotten lost in those tunnels or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that-
can't be up this high above the ground, and we never went up.
Well, could have been an incline, I suppose. Could have felt
We're
like
no, it wasn't an
straight, but-
incline. We're 100 feet above the ground. We're in a tower. That makes no sense.
What? A tower? What are you talking
Wait a
about?
minute.
Look
If we're
out
in
the
a t-
fucking hole.
I can't walk, you asshole.
All right, you don't have to
I
look out
will
the window.
grab him by the back of
Okay,
his shirt,
all right. we're
lift
looking
him
out
up,
the
and
window.
take him over to the hole.
All right, do a sanity roll, Doyle.
All right.
Oh my God.
You can all do sanity rolls
Oh,
if you're gonna look
gosh.
out.
Yeah, no, I'm not making that sandy.
You,
All right.
do you
So
want to climb out the hole, Doyle?
I failed. What do we do if we
You-
fail?
just deduct
Just
one.
one.
Oh, okay.
One?
okay.
Oh, okay.
We got to go down the stairs.
Why can't we just go back? That's where solid land is.
Do we want to go back to more of them dog creatures, or do we want to stay here in the?
Why
We
can't we
go
go
back
back
to
to the
the-
Germans or the British where we can actually get back to something that makes some sense out here?
No,
Ah,
you
yes,
forget
still
the mustard gas will kill us all if we get out of that tunnel. It's going to be there for weeks.
And possibly more of those creatures.
Yeah, I don't
Those
think
platypus
they're-
creatures.
I
still
mean, I
don't
don't
think
feel
they're
very comfortable
rules,
around platypuses anymore.
Do we see anything else out the window? What's the landscape look like?
Yeah, you see what looks to be like a Renaissance era metropolis. There's marketplaces, high, sort of maybe 2-3 story buildings that look like they have a shop on the bottom floor and a living space above. You can see canals throughout the streets, like Venice, and surrounding the entire thing is a large wall that sort of bowls it in, almost like Attack on Titan kind of thing.
When the
Okay,
hell
so
do we
my-
get to Switzerland?
No, this isn't any place. In learning about archaeology, this doesn't match anything I've ever seen before.
Don't you see, we're what do they call it? The Hollow Earth theory? This is where we're at. They were right all along.
Maybe we're in that fairyland that Jethro keeps blabbering on about.
There's no such thing as fairies. Don't go believing that soldier superstition like the rest of them.
How do you know? You have
I'm gonna-
something
How do you
How
gonna go up.
explain it?
Hot one?
I'm gonna go up to the
Well-
window and I'm not gonna look down at the city. I want to look out at the sky to see if I see like dragons, unicorns.
There's no dragons, there's no unicorns, unfortunately. There maybe you can see some seabirds, seagulls, pelicans, that kind of thing.
Okay, that's very.
Well, we keep
This is not
hearing-
fairyland. This is not it.
we keep hearing
it's
all
not
these
Germany.
people. We keep hearing
Or
all
France.
these German folk spouting about Carcosa, Carcosa. What if this is that?
Are we in Spain?
What the fuck is
Maybe.
Carcosa?
It sounds like
That
it's
was-
in Spain.
It was on the drawing Stumpy gave us. The Warriors of
was,
Carcosa.
What, you said it was a Knight of Carcosa or a Knight of East? Something like that.
Yeah,
it was a Knight of
East,
East.
something from Carcosa. But
Well, maybe
Carcosa
we're
sounds
in
like
East.
a Spanish name.
Maybe Carcosa's some
Maybe
kind
Maybe
of
it's Germany.
island.
Maybe it's
Max, Keepers. I don't know if this is at all relevant, but would it be an education or intelligence role to know about Carcassonne, France?
Roll an education.
Okay.
I mean, I've
I'm
played
gonna
the
need
game.
probably a harder and extreme, I'd say.
Gotcha. No. That's a fail.
Anybody else want to roll? You need an extreme.
I would actually
I'd say.
probably know what Carcassonne looks like. It's my archaeology.
I know I wouldn't. I'm not a smarts guy. I'm a writer to
27,
blow
that's a
stuff up.
pass. It's not Carcassonne in France.
Anybody else rolling?
I tried, but yeah, just a regular success.
Okay. Erastus, since you passed, you think that East sounds vaguely familiar. Let's say you've heard of Carcassonne, France, but you
Well,
think that
yeah.
East sounds vaguely familiar. Like maybe you've heard it somewhere once.
It sounds like ancient, like Sumerian, or I don't know what. In a book, I must have read it about it in some book sometime.
Well, why would the Sumerians be here in like Belgium?
I don't know. I don't know what this is. None of that architecture looks that familiar. It looks almost medieval. And that
Cool.
wall, I think I would have seen a picture of that wall in something somewhere.
Right?
If you are the most knowledgeable of what we have here, what do you think we should do here?
I think we should go down the stairs and get outside.
Yeah.
Because
we could
wherever we
check out
go,
this
we can get
room
home from
first.
there.
What? I'm sorry. What do you think? What makes you think we can get home from here?
Because it's outside.
I don't care where we are. They
All right.
It goes
What's the
somewhere.
matter? Just get us out of here.
Yeah, we're not in the dirt no more. We can breathe.
Fresh air would be nice.
And I mean, from
Unless we're all laying on the floor dying underground, suffocating, and we're just hallucinating all of this together.
Well,
Then
let's-
merciful
Thanks for
oblivion
that,
will be to
Wade.
us soon.
thank
we won't-
you for that.
We won't have to worry about that soon enough then. If we are actually dying.
Oh, both of you are the worst. God,
Look at me, Root. Look at me.
yeah, I do see you, and you're still alive. Be thankful. You could be dead.
I'm trying.
Did you
Well,
ever
try
hear
harder, damn it.
Did you ever hear the story of those two little green children that came out of the woods? And
You
they
mean Hansel and Gretel?
no. This is a real story. And they went into the village, and the village tried to figure out who they were, and they seemed to be alien. They were green, and they wouldn't
Oh.
eat normal food. And
I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not sure that happened by 1917.
I think it happened in like the 1700s or something.
Maybe you did. I don't know.
Anyways, I want to go
All
down the
right.
stairs. I want to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around the next room where the downstairs are.
All right, Root. And with Doyle saying he wanted some fresh air, you enter the room, you see it has a balcony on it, and it has a bed. It looks like someone was living here. There's some books on a bedside table.
There's a balcony.
There's a balcony.
This is a bona fide tower. That's a nice looking bed too. God, I haven't slept in a bed in weeks.
Oh, don't even get me started. I have to rely on sneaking coffee over here to get me through the day.
Do you think they have coffee here that doesn't taste like shit?
Oh, Lord be kind to us.
Ah,
All right. Are any of you going out on the balcony or anything like that? You're looking around. Let's say
I'll
you're
go
looking
out on the
around.
balcony.
I'll go
I'll
on the
definitely
Well,
just-
I don't know. Who's carrying me?
Oh my God.
You have a shovel. You can walk around.
yeah.
Oh,
you-
okay,
you got a
right.
shovel.
right.
I think I'll just be looking around this room.
All right. Root, you're looking around the room and you find, and this is the first part of the crappy handout. You find a sort of half-torn sheet of paper. It looks like it sort of got stuck between two books that were heavy, and someone grabbed it and accidentally tore off half of it. And it's the top half, and it reads,
From the Annals of Gregor Alemanweisen, or Wiesen, however you pronounce that. Long ago, the city of Ys was ruled by a royal line of kings who'd built the city in an age long forgotten. The king was a cruel old man who'd only cared for the vast amount of gold he collected from sea traders, using his city as a port. Ys was constructed as a bowl in a bathtub, situated in the ocean beneath the waves with a great wall that kept out the sea. At the low tide, a great gate was opened that let in all ships and vessels into the city's vast canals, but at high tide the gate was closed, for if it were to open, the whole city would be destroyed. One day, a delegation from the once tormented city of Carcosa arrived at the gates of Ys. They played discordant tunes on their great brass instruments that gave their soldiers a strange marching gait, but they brought the king rich gifts, so he let them in. He laid down the bridge toward the seashore, and the reunite paraded
Retinue.
retinue, sorry, and the retinue paraded across it. But many things can slip in when a gate is opened. The king had a beautiful daughter. She was so beautiful, he held her to himself, thinking that he could get a good price from any prince who wished to marry her. The ambassador from Carcosa brought forth the gifts to the king. They were gifts of gold, rubies, and diamonds that chimed and clinked sweetly together. The ambassador promised that he would give an even greater gift to the king if he would only betroth his daughter to their ruler. Well, that's a nice little bedtime story. Anyway, what else I got?
Sounds like any other, Mary the Frog Prince fairy tale.
Jethro, maybe you're not too wrong. Maybe this is some kind of fairyland. I don't know.
Something, right?
So from this high tower looking out, can we see the sea on the other side of the wall?
Yeah, let's say you could see over the wall. You're very high up. You can see over the wall, and it looks like might be the highest point in the city, and you can see the ocean on the outside.
This is very much a flavor thing, but does it all look like the White Cliffs of Dover, like that part of England?
Sure.
Does it look like that?
That's a good question.
Guessing that doesn't make any sense geographically based on where we were,
Okay.
right?
No.
No,
Let's just
no.
say, since you brought it up, let's say you do notice this sort of vibe from being, it looks like the shore of France, of the northern coast, or I think the northern coast of France, where you landed to come to France to fight in the war.
But a bowl in a bathtub with a shield wall around it to keep the ocean out. I've never heard of this ever.
Yeah, I don't get it neither, but I mean, we're seeing it.
I'm going down the stairs.
What difference does it make? There's people that are willing to take us. What difference does it make?
maybe weed was onto something. Maybe we passed out and we got carted somewhere else. I don't know. This doesn't make any sense to
I
me.
was hoping I was joking, but
Oxbridge, we have no bomb, we have no orders. What are we to do at this point but to survive?
Yeah, exactly. We got to figure out where we are and try and, I don't know, find a train home or something.
Well, if we're
Yeah.
going to survive, I'm going to see if they got anything here that can maybe patch up your leg, Doyle. I mean,
That'd be much appreciated, Wood.
Doyle needs help.
Really?
Yeah, we should focus on that first.
Yeah, so there is a door to another what looks like a small hallway in this area, in this room, but you look around, you can take the strap down from the strappado, and you can maybe use it to fix Doyle's leg a little better. It's
Yeah,
very
well,
long.
it's
It's
just-
about
yeah,
about
it's just
15
hanging
feet
there.
long.
so yeah, I'll take that off the hook and try to just get a better kind of tourniquet wrap around
Yeah.
Doyle's splint.
And you
Oh.
can see below it the dent in the floor from where someone was lifted up to the ceiling and then dropped down onto the floor.
Oh.
And you cut off a little section and get Doyle's leg all sorted up. And it sounds like Weed, you wanted to go look down the stairs.
yeah, I'm getting tired of this shit. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
start. I'm gonna. I don't like it. I'm just gonna go down the stairs.
All
But
right.
I'm gonna be defensive. If somebody, if a German jumps out, I'm gonna kick him.
Yeah, you have your huge halberd.
Yeah.
And you go down and see that the room down there appears to be a windowless room. It's very small, and it's maybe like 10, let's say like 10 feet by 10 feet by 10 cube.
Mhm.
And there looks to be a hole in the floor, a hole maybe about the same size as the one you crawled out of back in that other room, and it's in the floor. But this one looks like it's been created with stone. It's very it's part of the architecture.
Looks like a well, but
Yeah, a well, maybe
yeah.
a well.
Yeah.
is there a ladder or anything sticking up out of it, or a means to lower somebody down?
Yeah, there's a hook above it that might be a means to lower someone down.
Okay.
And
So it's
Are
an
you
old
gonna look
defensive
inside?
trick in some castles where the only way in is to be lifted up in a basket into the. Yeah, I mean, I'll go over and I'll look down inside. Do I see light, or is it just pitch black hole going down?
no light, it's pitch black, but you could shine your candle down in maybe.
Yeah.
And you see looks like the hole is narrow, but then it opens up a lot wider, sort of like a bottle shape, into a chamber. And looking up at you is a rather emaciated gentleman. And he's just staring up at you. He's standing.
He's looking up. He can see me. This is like an oubliette.
It is exactly like a oubliette.
Are you a prisoner? I say to him.
Yes. He speaks English.
Are you American?
No, not American.
Where are you from?
I'm from this city.
What is this city?
He says, well, this is the city of East.
I found somebody, I say to the others.
You found someone?
Yeah, there's an oubliette in here.
Gazoon tight. I'm coming over.
It's a place of forgetting. They toss you in a hole and they just leave you there until you die.
Oh, that's very.
Is that
But he says
literally
it's in
what
here, he
oubliette
speaks English.
means?
I think it means hidden. Or
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there when you were talking in character, but I was curious.
Ne me quitte pas, il faut t'oublier. S'oublier. Yeah.
Actually,
French.
hang on. I think Yeah. I'll try to use the remainder of that leather belt I cut off for Doyle and throw it on the hook and try to just lower it down to the guy.
Hey,
Yeah, he says, "Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
it might
where
be
do
a
you
little
hail
short.
from?"
I'll get on my hands and knees so that when he gets up high enough, I can grab him by the hand and
Uh-huh.
help lift him up.
Yeah, I'll help him up too.
Where do you
Uh,
hail from, heroes?
England?
We're from England.
do they actually call us heroes?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he
he's
said.
Oh,
he's speaking
man.
kind of archaically.
Like, are they using ye's instead of you's or something like that?
Yeah, well, he sounds like someone who would use a ye or a thee.
Sounds like
Ah,
he's Shakespearean. Um,
mm.
so do we get him out? Pull him up?
Yeah, you lower it down, he grabs onto the thing. He doesn't look that weak. He can sort of climb up and you grab his hand and pull him out of the hole. He's only wearing like a loincloth, basically.
Yeah.
He looks like
Is
a
there
torture
anything in these
victim.
rooms like clothes or cabinets or
Sure. There was a
rope?
wardrobe in the room with the bed.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a
Let's see
wardrobe
if
in
we can
there
get
if you want to
clothes.
get some clothes.
How long have you been in there?
I oh, I don't remember. It could have been years, could have been months.
Will they feed you?
They fed me, yeah, they fed me stuff. I don't really know what it was. Indescribable.
Can I just have like the curiosity of like, saying there was an American release to them? Well, let's see if this guy understands German by saying something along the lines of sorry, I forget. I think it's Deeks to say you in German. Deeks bin Americana, something like that.
All
To
right,
essentially say like, are you American in German?
and when you speak in German to him, he says, "My God, are you from? You speak the tongue of the people to the east of here."
No,
Uh,
I'm
okay,
English. I just know the tongue. I know the German.
so we're east of Germany.
That doesn't check for England. We're west.
You're I've He does not seem to understand England or Germany.
Uh, do you
Do you
Belgium?
mean
Belgium means anything to you?
Francais?
do you mean Carcosa?
And when you say Carcosa, his eyes sort of go wide and says, you should not speak of such places after
But
what they
he's
did."
okay, got
He's
it.
from
There.
S.
Yes,
East.
you're from Yeast.
Yes.
Out of character, Oxbridge. You have that drawing that Stumpy gave us earlier with
Yeah.
the whole
Yes.
Warriors of Carcosa.
Yeah.
Let's get some clothes on him.
He's not wearing anything,
Who
right?
put you
Yeah,
down there?
right.
It was the townspeople, the city,
Why did they put you down there?
because I'm the fool.
You're the fool.
Like a jester?
Exactly. Yes.
We'll let you out.
I'm in your debt. Although, let me get some clothes.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
wardrobe in there. If you
You there? You said you had something for me, and he's looking at you, Oxbridge.
Yeah, this drawing that we found. I'll show it to him, see if he recognizes it or anything. You know what this is?
Oh, yes, yeah. This is a rather famous artist. Um, this is a soldier of the city of East, maybe 100 years ago.
what is East? Yeah, we're not familiar with it.
So it's this city in the land. France, you said France, and he looks at you, Erastus. We speak the language of those people as well, the French language that we're speaking.
Well,
All right.
we're not speaking French, so
I'm gonna, can I say something to
I
him
just did.
in French? Oh, you just
Yeah,
said it. Dang.
All right.
Yeah, parlez-vous français?
So we're in France.
are we in Belgium technically at this point?
I don't know where we are.
Just saying France, whatever.
We got to get the hell out of this tower.
Yeah.
We can hide in the town.
oh, there's
Let me guess. No way out. Inescapable prison.
oh, there's a way out. It's just that I don't exactly know if we'd be much better off down there than up here.
Why? What's
Why,
going on
what's
in the
down there?
city?
Just you know, the he looks very confused and like he's about to say something, and he says, "Well, never mind. I think I could show you a way out of here, perhaps."
So, and I kind of like inch a bit closer to him. It's like, does the word Americana or Deutsch mean anything to you?
No, I don't think it does.
Okay. Show us the way, please, then.
I kind of step behind the guy and I look over at Doyle and I go, and I point down at the oubliette. He's been in there for years, he thinks.
Doyle kind of like shrugs a bit inconspicuously.
What's your name? What do we call you?
My name, you can just call me the Jester.
Jester?
That's the only name I've ever known. I was raised as a jester. And he looks kind of vaguely emotional at this.
Jester.
All right.
I'm gonna take out a snack and I'm gonna hand it to him
He's gonna eat it
and
with gusto.
along with my water flask.
Oh, you're in good company. Can you tell us a joke real quick? Oh, we're in bad spirits with this.
Okay. Let's get the fuck out of this building.
Are you gonna ask him to tell a joke?
No!
I mean, from Doyle's perspective, this guy's saying he's a jester, so jesters
All right.
tell jokes, right?
Yeah,
So
let me. Yeah, he bursts into tears.
Oh my God.
He starts sobbing and crying and says,
You committed one of the cardinal sins of laughter, Doyle. You made a clown cry.
I did know.
All right.
Clowns are supposed to be
comfort
funny.
him.
There's
there, buddy.
nothing
Let's-
funny right now.
Let's get you some pants and a shirt, and then we'll
Does
get you
he
out of
need-
here.
Does he need like first aid or anything?
"No,
Okay.
actually, you could do a first aid roll on
Okay.
him."
And here, tell you what. I know you got some water, but
I'll spend one luck to pass.
It looks like his shoulder has been dislocated maybe multiple times
Oh,
and then pop back in.
I'll
Yeah,
tell
I'll
you
just-
what he needs is a bath.
For real.
Okay.
I know this is
Alright.
a long shot, but you said that he's been through well, some shit basically. Is there any chance like a first aid roll or medicine might be able to see something like to help him out with? Not without like
No,
identifying.
you need psychoanalysis for that.
I have a
Which-
1 in that. if you
Yeah,
want.
okay, I've got base of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like patting him, not on the injured shoulder, on the other shoulder. There you go.
Could we
I gave him a snack.
this is like out of character, but could we try charm on him to see if we could lift his spirits a little bit?
I seduce jester.
Are you gonna tell him a joke? Oh my God.
Oh, you know,
Well,
classical
keep it in your
machine.
pants.
You
Hell
know
out of
what?
here.
Why not? Why not? I'll give it a shot.
Okay, charm him.
Okay. Come on, no fumble.
What do you call a man in the hole in the floor?
Okay. I got 42 versus 30, 30 versus 30. I'll spend the 12 left to make that a success.
All right.
All right. You're sort of like talking to him and trying to console him, and he seems to like you, and he looks over at your bird cages, which maybe you still have one of them or all of them if you want.
My birds.
Dragging all those damn bird cages around with you.
And
He's like attached one to his crutch. Like they're
I've just been like clanking around the whole time.
yeah, and he's just like, oh, this reminds me so much of my current position. A bird in a cage.
Oh,
You know.
I know what you mean. It's like we send them out to do what we do, but then they die anyway, or we use them to entertain ourselves, and yet we're still hollow inside. I mean, it's all a big cycle, isn't it?
This is a very lovely conversation, and it's great to
Mm.
meet you, sir. Is there a train station in Yeast?
No, I have no idea what a train is. You mean like a train of a king's garment?
Do they have ships that leave and come?
Yeah,
Well, of course.
All right.
Let's go down to the harbor then. Let's try and find a boat home.
Do they have an airport?
Uh,
We know what that is.
an
I think it's called an
aerodrome, you would know
airfield
what an
in our time.
aerodrome is. But he does not recognize aerodrome at all.
He's
And
been in that
he-
hole for a while.
Yeah, he goes, well, we jesters only really know one joke, and that's that only a fool would be king of a city like this.
Oh, sir, if you don't mind me asking me, we're foreigners to this land. What year do you think it is?
What year? Must be 1475
Okay. I'm just gonna
after the fall
after the fall.
After the fall?
of the city, yeah, of the city of
Oh.
Carcosa.
What's that supposed to mean?
Never mind. And he just walks to the door out of the room that you were in, the bedroom, and opens it up. And walks
Wait, is this
through
the same
and goes,
door we came
Let's-
from? Like the
No, there
No,
was a
tunnel?
door. There was a door leading
Yeah.
to a hallway inside the bedroom. That's the one he's
Yeah.
opening and going to.
Okay.
Follow the
Right.
jester.
Yeah, is that the way out?
Yeah, this is the way out. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Lead on, Mr. Jester.
And he says, this is going to be rather uncomfortable for you, but and he points to you all go into the room, and it looks like a small hallway, and at the end of the hallway there's a really weird thing that looks like almost like a long box, or sort of almost like an Iron Maiden, to be honest,
Oh, great. Another one.
that is horizontal like this, and it looks like you could grab it and push it through the wall, but besides that, the wall is completely solid. So it looks like you could transport someone through by pushing them through the wall, and then they could maybe get out and then
Like
be
a
on the
really
other
weird
side
kind
of
of
the
a
wall.
door.
We
Is it like
Exactly.
the one we forced Stumpy through? Kind
no.
of.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
So like the door we forced, or they forced Stumpy through earlier, the last session.
Oh, no, not really. That was attached to a bigger machine, but it's sort of like the same idea, but it's not, it doesn't look chitinous at all. It doesn't look like that.
So
Doesn't
when you
look like
say
it's gonna
same
take us
idea, does it
apart.
mean like you have to sacrifice someone's body part to get through? Is that what you
No,
mean?
no, it
Okay.
doesn't. And you can open it up, and it just looks empty inside. It doesn't
Yeah,
look like
so
there's
it's
any nails or
basically it's a
anything.
box with handles on it. Someone gets in the box, you get pushed through the wall, and then you pop out the other side and can push it back.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's like when they're pushing somebody into like the morgue. Oh my
It's
God.
exactly like
Oh
that.
my
Yeah.
Cool.
God.
Oh yeah,
Or the
Oxbridge.
crematorium.
Why
Yeah,
don't you be
like-
an inspiration for us all? Go through for us. You know,
I'm
you're
going
commanding
through.
officer.
He's got to
Yeah,
show you what to do. I'll go.
Honestly, I'm with Weed. Let's go. We got a way out. That's our way out. I trust the good old jester here. He seems like a fine, upstanding fella.
I'll look at the jester and say, remember, I'm the one who pulled you out of that hole. We are.
Of course.
So,
And I helped.
yeah. So what do I do? Just get in here and lay down?
Yeah, you get in the box, lay down. I will push you through, and on the other side, there
Just
should
get
be
out?
some sort of port of entry, like the one that you crawled through. I know that other horrible thing came through a while ago. And you should be able to crawl through that and end up back where you were, hopefully.
Oh, cool. Oh, okay. Well,
All
I
right then.
I have a rudimentary understanding of the magic portals and such that go between worlds.
Yeah.
do I get in
What?
face up, face down, or feet first, head first?
It really doesn't matter. I mean, you should fit in face up if you want to follow how the mask on the front looks. It's just a box.
Okay. Okay. I'll get in. Here goes. Tell my
All right.
family I love them.
You're gonna be fine, Weed.
You climb in, and he closes the thing on top of you.
He's gonna be fine, right, Mr. Jester?
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Did
and
you
he
get his
pushes him
family
through the
information?
wall, and Weed on the other side, nothing happens, and you climb out of the box.
Oh,
All right. I
You're on
climb
the
out of
other
the box.
side.
So what am I seeing on the other side?
You see what looks like another one of those holes in sort of a long hallway, and the hallway continues on if you wanted to go down, but there's what looks like to be maybe the exit hole there.
So it looks kind of like the same. Okay.
It looks
So what
like
I'll do-
made by the same creature.
What I'll do then is I will push the thing back so that the next person can get in.
let's toss Doyle in when it comes back.
Man, what the hell? I already got my leg.
and do
broken.
we-
What more do you want from me?
Do we all know Morse code? This time of the
Um,
war.
Oxford probably would, wouldn't he? From
Yeah,
Maybe?
he operates
Right.
he operates the geophone, so it makes sense.
As I
to him.
push it back through, what's it made out of? Wood or metal?
Metal.
Okay, if it's metal, I'll push it back through, and then I will rap on it and say, "All clear"
Okay.
in Morse code. So maybe you'll be
Let's
able
say
to
you have
hear
a signal for that, at least. So
yeah, we
all
probably
clear.
know like SOS.
Dun 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 dun.
That's
dun.
Yeah.
exactly what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
well, we
So-
made it to the other side.
All right,
Uh,
so we're gonna put Doyle in it and we're gonna push him.
No,
All right.
Why do I have to go first?
Technically, you're going second.
That's
Yeah.
true. So Doyle, you get in, you're pushed out, and you pop out on the other side, and you're
That'll
good.
help Doyle out.
All right. Thanks, Orestes. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and then I'll hop in to go next once it's
Yeah.
pushed back.
I'll do like a little knock to make sure they know it's safe once I get through.
And then I'm gonna paper, rock, scissors, Oxbridge.
Okay. And are you gonna put the jester in last then?
Oh God, I forgot about him.
Do you
He's-
want it?
Now that we know
he's-
how it works, you guys see how it works.
He's going
Hey,
now.
you know, to be fair, to point out, Oxford, do you still have the drawing of the knight
We have everything.
of East?
You have
Well,
every
actually,
right.
wait,
like
hang
you
on.
still haven't asked the jester about that, just to be a little bit meta on that.
Yeah, we did. He
You
said it was.
did.
He said it was a famous. It was a painting of some famous artist.
From
Did he?
about
I'm
100
sorry,
years ago.
I didn't.
Actually, hang on, wait a minute. If one of you guys pushes the jester in, then who's gonna push the last person?
We
'Cause
can
you
pull
need
him
someone
through.
to.
Yeah,
You
pull.
can pull him through.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah. So I'll toss the jester in now to leave two of us over here so he doesn't try to like attack us. And then I will look at Oxbridge and
Yeah.
paper, rock,
Right.
scissors for it.
Sure.
All right, here we go. Ready? Scissors.
Both scissors.
Oh, same. But we don't have time for this. Get in there.
Oh my God, just go.
Okay.
He's a senior officer.
All right.
Oh,
Do
You stay
do
behind
defer
or would I go? I don't know which
Yeah,
one.
I'll let him go.
Okay, I'll go.
Jethro,
I'll
you're
go
going
last.
first.
I was gonna say, do you defer to the chain of command?
Yeah, I
or
don't
do you-
All right, I go.
Okay,
We all
so
end up on the other side.
you all end up on the other side, and the jester is like, "Well, I can't go through that.
Okay.
I'm not from your world, so I will have to go this way." And he
Okay.
walks down the hallway away from you guys.
Good
Rather
luck,
than-
my friend.
I just like out of nowhere, he's telling us about magic portals and he's totally fine with it now.
I'm sorry. Before I don't
Creepy.
know who left first. It was Oxford that left first, right?
I
So
went first.
Weed went
no,
first.
I'm sorry. Left last. My bad.
Yeah.
But couldn't he
And-
tell the jester like, hey, like Jethro said earlier, we'll pull you through, right? Can he communicate
He
that?
said he wasn't from our world.
No.
Right. Does I mean
No.
does that
Look,
mean we
if-
can't
if-
just rip him through?
Let's
Well-
just get the fuck out of here.
All right,
Yeah.
whatever.
Worry about
Let's
it.
go. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
If he
No.
wants to
He wants
stay,
to stay. He can
This
stay.
fucking
We got him out
fairy
of
tale land.
we got him out of prison. That's the best we can do for him.
And
That's
the
Alright.
jester
We can't-
climbs up
we
a
can't
ladder
bring up
at the
Stark.
end of the thing.
we can't bring up Stockholm syndrome because that hasn't happened yet.
Fair enough. All right, let's get out of here.
Goes back and gets in his oubliette.
He's not going in his oubliette anymore. He's free.
Gets back in the cage and locks him.
All right. And you guys crawl through the tunnel, and it's the same deal, maybe about 15 feet. And you pop out in a sort of dark, like water-filled thing. You look up and realize that you're inside of the well of the tunnel.
Our
On
tunnel?
Birdcage 3?
Your
Our
tunnel. Your tunnel.
The well where all the water would go.
Yes.
And we're not okay, so there's no mustard gas.
Wait.
No mustard gas.
My birds, they can't drown. Swim to the top.
You can let
we
them out.
went
They
in
can
a
fly.
big circle.
I'm going, yeah, but there's no mustard gas.
No
We're
mustard
actually
gas.
out of the
Good. We're good. This
the
is great.
tunnel. I'll
I see
climb
this
up.
as an absolute
Yeah,
win.
all right. Maybe the gas is gone by now or something.
All right, and let's say there's a ladder for maintenance, so you can climb up the ladder, and you're all out in your tunnel. In the well, the pump is working. It's pumping.
Okay, so we panicked for nothing. There was no mustard gas.
No,
Home
there-
sweet home.
there-
right?
There was gas. I heard it. I saw it.
No,
Look,
I was there with you. I know.
I-
Yeah, but it
I think
didn't-
at that point, Root will take off to the front because the front collapsing is what caused the well to stop being pumped in the first place. So if the well
Yeah.
is working, that means the entrance is unblocked. So
It
I'm
does
gonna.
mean the entrance is unblocked.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Root will just dash over to
Oh.
that.
And indeed, the entrance is unblocked.
Oh my
How?
God.
How?
Wait, well,
Doyle, get over here!
Someone must have dug it out.
is the lieutenant out there? He was the last one that
So
saw
we're-
us.
It's
We're-
clear. It's clear.
We're,
It's
What?
we're back
What?
on the good guys
What are
side.
you on about?
it's
You're back on the
clear.
good guys' side.
All right.
Stumble your way
but
over on
there's
the damn
nobody in
shovel
here.
and come look at this.
Nope.
Let's head out. They'll probably be worried about us. No, they
Yeah.
won't.
Can we do that stick thing? Can we
You
can we
mean
bite the
draw-
stick real fast?
Draw like the last straw, draw like the shortest straw. Is that what you're saying?
No, to see if we hear anything in the tunnels.
Yeah, to feel
Like,
the vibrations.
yeah.
Okay. You could also go to the geophone. It's working.
Yeah, geophone's in the middle.
Oh, I need a map.
When we come up
Got
out
it.
of the well, do I hear the rest of the canaries like chirping or whatever?
We've been working on these tunnels for weeks. We know this place like the back of our hand.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, you can hear the birds chirping.
My birds.
So we're gonna go out of the well, buy tool storage, and then we can decide if we want to bounce out or go to the geophone.
Just bounce out.
I'm
at
not going
the
to the
crossroads,
I wanna
yeah.
see-
If I hear
wanna
the
see the
birds
allies.
chirping, I'll be able to bounce out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Real quick question, Max. Could I roll sanity for seeing the entrances unblocked?
go ahead.
'Cause
Go ahead.
On that same note,
I
if
I
the fact that I made a
blocked that.
sandy roll, sorry, go ahead.
but I do fail.
Okay, lose one.
All right.
If the fact
And
that
yes,
you made
you
a
can gain back your sanity for the birds dying because they're not.
Oh, I
dead.
passed that one. Yeah, okay. But thank you. Do I need to make another roll to see if the fact that I made the sandy roll for them dying and then hearing them alive?
Sure, yeah.
All right.
Go ahead. You'll just lose one if you fail.
Sure. I passed.
Okay, so you're just glad that they're alive.
Awesome.
Even with the
I'm
break
sprinting
I
for the
took,
door.
yeah, even with the break I took, that would have at least taken a few days to dig out.
Oh,
Yeah.
The hell's going on
maybe
here?
we're all just all unconscious, like a wood set. I mean, I'd be happy to accept that as it was, honestly.
And Weed, you start climbing out and you get up the ladder to the penthouse. It's there.
I go out into the fresh air.
Yeah.
Is the military there?
Not looking to get horse in the mouth.
Yeah, your troops are out there in the trenches, and the lieutenant is standing around and he sees you and he goes, "What the hell are you doing here?"
We were trapped down there.
Well, you're not supposed to be here for another. And then he looks at his watch. Another 6 hours?
What are you talking about? We've been down there for weeks.
Yeah, I think at this point Root will come up the ladder and he's just in shock that everything's here. Wait,
Where's the German
Lieutenant!
damage from the bombing?
Wait,
Wait.
I still have that postcard from the German bunker. I could at least show them that if I come up on that side.
the Germans they attacked. We were mortared and gassed. I
We
dislodged
had to
the
go
dirt
further.
at the entrance. We went deeper down. We hit tunneling squad bunkers, monsters under there.
We got gassed a little and just managed to get out with our lives.
Lieutenant, you have to believe us. We went down there. The Germans they attacked us. I mean, look at my leg. My leg
What's
is
the-
broken, right?
What's the
Is the leg
date?
broken?
March 10th, which was before that was the day you arrived.
I'm gonna look at Doyle's leg.
Yeah.
His leg is still broken.
Okay.
And the lieutenant, you can see the lieutenant is reaching. He sort of has his hand on his pistol, and he's like kind of vibed out by he thinks that you guys are crazy.
Well, we're filthy.
Do I know the lieutenant's last name? Like, do I know if he's like Lieutenant Johnson or something like that?
Sure.
Okay. If I can like make an attempt to be like, Lieutenant, we made it here. and like kind of like checks the watch, like, what, like 2 days ago, one day,
Yeah.
something like that. We just made it back out here after a German attack. They had what's the word? Like when the artillery goes before the infantry,
Creeping barrage.
creeping. Thank you.
And he's like, I don't think there's been a German attack here for maybe a few weeks.
But he kind of like pulls out the postcards, like, how do you explain this? I didn't have this before.
He takes the postcard and he looks at it and he sees it's in German and he looks at you and is like, do you know German, soldier?
Only a bit, sir. Only like Honda Hot, Hilfe.
We found it in the German tunnel. There were
What were
soldiers.
you doing
there
in
were
the
soldiers
German
in
tunnel?
there.
We broke into the German tunnel.
Our tunnel connected with a German one. We
Sir, we need to talk to you where nobody else can hear what we're going to say because it's crazy. But I think I know what happened.
Okay, come with me, all of you.
Yeah.
Fine,
As
fine.
as crazy as this sounds, the Germans have some sort of lab just, I don't know which direction from here, the direction the tunnels are going.
Yeah.
There's a lab underground, and they've been doing some weird experiments. There was some sort of mutant animal that that attacked us, but there was some weird machinery. And as crazy as it sounds, I think it might be some sort of time travel weapon because we arrived here days ago. And by the date you gave us, we haven't arrived yet.
It's
But
down
we
tunnel
will-
2, sir.
We will arrive later today or tomorrow.
6 hours is what the
But
lieutenant
we're
said.
from the future, but just a couple days in the future. The Germans are going to attack.
What is this about a German attack? And he seems very.
Listen, Lieutenant.
When we were in the tunnels, they attacked. That's why we went deeper into the tunnels. We got cut off. We broke into the German tunnels, into their facility. And somehow we ended up back here before we even arrived here. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yes, it
How
is
can we
insane.
prove it? How can we prove it?
Where is the German tunnel?
It's down tunnel 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to dig what about eight more meters,
Yeah, but
and we're going to hit a
8 more
wall, and the
meters,
wall is
and
the
we'll
German
hit-
facility.
There's got to be some kind of gas pocket. It makes the birds act up. Down there about 8 minutes long. I don't know. It just made they didn't fall
there's-
unconscious immediately.
there's
just
a
looks at-
pocket of methane in front of the German tunnel that'll break open in tunnel 2 in about probably 7 or 8 hours, because it was a little after the attack, really little after we got here, first time round. Then we went.
Don't you have our names
We
on the
don't-
roster, sir?
You're not supposed to arrive here until 6 hours later.
But
Sergeant
we're here.
Oxbridge
Here we
is
are.
the geophone operator. You're the guard, the canary keeper, spoil
Well-
bagger, and clay kicker.
Then all you need to do is put us in a room and wait 6 hours, and we're going to arrive again.
Right,
What are you
yeah.
talking about? You're already here.
But we're not. We've been here.
Sir, put us in a hospital if you think we're wrong, and see what happens.
He's got a broken leg.
See what happens if you put us in a hospital.
I don't think you could get out of the trenches with a broken leg, Doyle. They'll machine gun you to death.
See what happens if they machine gun me to death. See if another me comes up.
You're crazy.
Listen to Wood here.
He looks at Sergeant Oxbridge and just goes, Sergeant Oxbridge, where is this German tunnel? And what is this about an attack? Just show me.
Okay. All right.
And he looks at so you're in the officers' barracks, let's say, and he looks out and he points to a squad of riflemen and he says, "You come with me." And he's like, "Show us the German tunnel."
Okay, let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Lead him back. We'll lead him back into the tunnels.
It'll take us a bit of digging, but we'll get to it. Come on, Wade.
Do any of us know where the attack began? Because we want to warn you. Get ready.
It happened.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen precisely at the time that it
happened when me and Doyle left together to tell the lieutenant we found the bunker.
Yeah.
And there was artillery.
And there was artillery fire a little bit beforehand.
Yeah.
No,
Artillery fire and mustard gas. This whole area.
And mustard gas.
They lit a huge flash first. Right when we got here and got off the truck, there was a huge flash, and then we all had to freeze before we came in.
Yeah, they shot up a flare.
Yeah, it was night. We had to sneak in.
Okay.
They'd run to the trenches.
Right.
Jethro stumbled over his own foot and fell.
Call one of your superiors. It's just going to be a matter of hours before this happens again.
I want to see this tunnel first. I don't believe anything you're saying, but if there's a German attack imminent, that would be disastrous to our plans because they would discover the mine, which would result in the operation failing. And he started.
You know
doing
what?
that.
We're here early. We wouldn't have gotten to the block wall until later. So I'll get to it right now. If we can dig to it first,
Yeah, if we can get to
then
it
you'll
first,
see that it's real.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not going to go to all the trouble of making a complete tunnel. I'm just going to dig to the block wall. So that's what I'll do.
Go right ahead. And so you're going to start digging. You and Root are going to start digging towards the German tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and
we're probably digging as fast as we can.
Yeah, and he's going to leave a detachment of soldiers with you, and he's going to leave wood with you as well. And then he's going to take Oxbridge, and I guess he'll take Doyle as well, and say, "Now I want you to show me on the geophone where the digging is."
Sergeant, if you don't mind me, I heard it on my way back to you on the way out, and you'll point to a geophone on tunnel 3, on the decoy tunnel 3, and I think it was the
Yeah, it was somewhere in between tunnel 3 and the decoy tunnel.
the display gallery or something like that. Decoy gallery? No, it was
so the tunneling you heard some on the decoy gallery, and you heard some between tunnel 1 and tunnel 3, which was the one that ended up breaking into tunnel 2.
Right, and he'll do his best to articulate that. He'll, if he asks for like reinforcements of that story, he'll say like, there was the artillery attack, and I had to go back and save my birds, and like point to the like 4 cages he has on him, like look at poor little Horace here. He wouldn't have survived without me.
Yeah, and you can go back to the Canary rookery and see that
Horace still there.
No, the 4 birds that you took are gone.
Oh.
Even if it was, they look all the same. Yellow canaries.
Well, their cage slots are
empty.
It
was like, look, this was Horace, this was Ruby, this was Daffodil, this was Rendon.
Yes. Okay, Sergeant, why don't you show me where the digging is?
Okay, I'll get on the phone and try and find it.
All right, and you can do an operate machinery roll.
Okay.
Or a listen roll.
That's an 87. That's a fail.
All right, so with the 87, you listen for it, and you can detect some digging around tunnel 1 and tunnel 2, the tunnel that you already know is there because it broke through. It looks like it's about, a few feet back. Because they were also digging as well.
Yeah.
If I may, is there any kind of like
if I find it, I'll tell him like, here, listen to it.
And he looks at them and says, this is very bad. They are not going for the decoy gallery at all. They're going directly for the attack tunnel.
We've been trying to tell you.
if I may, is there any like record on like in the rookery? Is there any record on which birds are there?
Yeah.
So can I like show the lieutenant like these are the birds I took with me and like show them the cage and then show them the cage that, like where they're supposed to be?
And he just is like, yeah, I mean, if you took them from the rookery, that would make sense that they were gone.
Okay. I tried, okay.
But yeah, he's like, this is very, very bad. If they get into the attack tunnels, our whole operation is compromised. We're blowing in a few months.
Well, we know they're coming from tunnel 1 is where they'll break through.
We know right where they broke in.
Yeah.
Because it was on the left. Like if we were going through the tunnel, it was on the left, right? Like going straight through the tunnel?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it was.
So I could tell them like it's gonna be they're gonna break through tunnel 1.
Listen, we cannot afford to use a camouflet on this attack tunnel. It would alert them to our position, and we just can't afford to do that. We'll have to collapse their tunnel. Damn it. I didn't think they were digging so deep.
That's fine, Lieutenant. We were there when an attack happened. We had to close off the mines. We had to blast our way through the German tunnels. We just need you to collapse there so we can get through and plant our bomb.
And actually, do you guys want to take a quick 5-minute break, bio break?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So the lieutenant is going to tell you that he is going to go back to the top to get air support to see if they're amassing troops in the trenches, like they're preparing for an attack. And so he's going to go back up. Weed and Root, you guys are tunneling like insanely. Mad. Yeah. And Wood and Doyle, you guys are sort of just milling around helping them. And Oxbridge, you're on the geophone. And Oxbridge, you can do one last listen roll for me.
Okay. 95 is even worse than the last one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So yeah, you can hear the Germans maybe tunneling, although you're kind of losing them a little bit. You don't know if they've changed directions or if they're doing the same thing as last time.
Can I make any attempt to I'm topside with the lieutenant, right? To ask him if I was supposed to show up with the rifle or not, and then try and make the case to him you put this rifle in my hands. I know it's not the best argument, but it's better than saying I showed up with this when I wasn't supposed to.
You could do a persuade, I guess, or a charm or any social skill.
Okay. I'll try.
Because he thinks you're crazy, so he might not let you have a rifle.
It's 91. Mm-hmm.
All right, so he says maybe it's best you leave the fighting to the soldiers, champ.
On one show, I'll be like, okay.
Look in this. Look in the periscope. See if there's any action going on up top.
I'll do my best, sir.
All right, and if you're looking in the periscope, you can do a spot hidden.
Okay. Ooh, okay, that's an extreme success. I got a 0-2.
Nice.
Okay, that's good. All right, so yeah, you see the German trenches. They're up the hill on Birdcage 3, and you can see that they have amassed in the trenches to a significant degree. They look like they've completely changed their uniforms from German uniforms to some different thing. They have musical instruments and like gramophones that they're preparing, and they definitely look like they're about to do some sort of attack.
Would it take some sort of some sort of intelligence or education roll to see if this is the same uniform the Stumpy had, more or less?
No, this is more similar to the uniform that you saw in the archaeological base.
Carcosa.
Okay, I will immediately hobble as fast as I can over to the lieutenant.
And he's just calling the air support. He's like, good show, chap. And he hangs up the phone and he's like, well, what is it, Doyle?
The Germans, the Jerrys, they're preparing for attack. Please, the periscope. You gotta see.
And he rushes over to the periscope and sees. If you point it out to him, he can see that they are indeed amassing, and so he sounds an alarm and says, "Everybody, get ready! The Germans are about to attack." And soldiers come out and get ready. And he looks at you and says, "You said they're going to do gas."
Mustard gas, yes, sir.
All right, masks at the ready, boys. Mustard gas is nasty.
I suppose I still have my gas mask on from the tunnel, so I'm all good. Can I, as they start doing this, like, as they start preparing it, like, just let the birds I saved go? Be like, fly, my children, go!
No, he's not going to stop you. He's not going to stop you. And they lit off. Oh, isn't that sweet? And they're shot out.
They're going to die in this climate anyway.
No.
Can't live in this part of the world.
Migo swoops down and eats them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And let's say we fast forward maybe about 8 hours. And at this point, Erastus, you are coming up to the exact position where the German tunnel is. And you know that they haven't gotten as far. But from how fast you know that they tend to dig, you're probably like right on top of them.
Mm.
Okay.
Did we show
find
up?
the wall?
Did you show up? You did not. You did not.
Because it's like 8 hours. We were waiting
Yes,
6 hours. We didn't show up.
You did not show up.
And did we find the block wall underground?
Yeah, did we find the bunker?
If you were digging for the bunker too, if you wanted to find the bunker as well, yes, you'd find it. It's there.
Okay. So as soon as we find the bunker, we tell the man in charge,
It's almost like
we found the
never
bunker, just like we said.
happened.
Uh-huh.
Now do you believe us?
And he's going to go down and investigate. And he says, Jesus Christ, how did they get this thing down here?
But
And
that's
there's
not
a
the
whole
craziest
lab
part,
on the other
Lieutenant.
side of that wall.
Right through that patch of the clay, right there, they're gonna pop out any moment now. Because they
So can
showed
we
up.
get some soldiers down here with machine guns and just...
Oh, no, there's already a squad of 5 riflemen down here.
Yeah,
with you
oi,
guys.
you fellas, just keep your rifles trained on that part of the wall. All right?
Okay. And they
Good.
all have their rifles trained on that part of the wall. And you wait for about 20 minutes. Are you keeping your lights on?
Sure. I mean, we just
Yeah.
and I'm probably listening. Where's my stick?
Okay,
Yeah,
if you
stick.
listen, yeah, you could do a listen roll then, or a spot hidden.
I'll do spot hidden. I got better spot hidden. That is a regular success for spot.
Yeah, 07.
All right, so yeah, you can definitely hear the Germans digging. They're right next to you, and you can sense exactly when they're about to come through, and you see a little hole in the wall, tiny hole.
I'll back away so that the soldiers can see. Here they come.
And the soldiers are all ready. And then you see the same hand as came out before come through. And the lieutenant is just like, hold your fire. And then as soon as the guy crawls out, he just gets a firing squad of bullets in his body. And they all have a war cry. All of you guys are ready. And you absolutely massacre the Germans in their tunnel. Now what do? The lieutenant is shocked.
Lieutenant, sir, how many bombs do we need for the operation in a few months? All of them? Do we need
have them all.
All right, but do we need every single one?
We could blow the entire mine right now, and it would.
Yeah, I don't care about blowing the entire mine. Destroy this bunker. Destroy this whole tunnel system. Destroy everything past this point.
They got bioweapons.
Just blow it all to hell. No good.
Except that right about now is when the attack came the last time.
Could we?
So you
And
gotta be
I'm
ready.
just asking that a bit out of character, but if all of us, can we remember like if this, like him, Arrest said, if this is about the time the attack happened, if this is about the time the gas happened, if
The gas is
maybe-
going to happen maybe in like 2 hours, but the barrage would start about now, and sure enough, you can hear the barrage begin.
hey, you know what to do. Blow that place to hell.
That tunnel's going to collapse. We need technical.
Wait.
I'm not going down the tunnel this time. I'm going to go back the other way.
Well, hang on. Before, I want to do something a little different than last time. I'm gonna go save Stumpy. And,
Stumpy!
and I'm gonna turn on my headlamp and go into the tunnel.
Oh my God. Okay. So, sure enough, you walk into the tunnel. You get to it's a little shorter this time, and you cut them off a few hours early, and you go into the room, and Stumpy's not there.
No.
But
Oh, right.
as soon as you sort of are in there, you can see something poking its fingernails through a hole that's appearing in the ceiling, and the monster comes down carrying Stumpy in his hands, and he looks shocked.
Stumpy
Does-
Shoot the monster
And-
this time.
Does the
Yeah, the
monster
mon-
see me yet?
Oh yeah, he sees you, and he's just sort of looking at you. He doesn't look like he's going to attack you.
Wait, maybe it wasn't a monster. It just scared the shit out of us. I got your chalk.
Chalk? Friends with chalk?
And it sort of drops the German and is like, well, did it work?
You can
Close.
speak English?
Yeah, he can speak English.
Oh, shit!
Oh, God, now I feel terrible. Oh,
What are you talking about?
all right. Me and my friends kind of killed you because you tried to kidnap one of my friends. So
We're
sorry about that. First and
we seem
foremost,
to be stuck in a
Clearly, he got back.
time loop.
bit of a loop, yeah.
Yeah. Did the
Wait,
sacrifice, and he points to the machine, work?
You
Did
mean
it
with
keep the gate closed?
It opened it up.
No, that's not how it should have gone. Did you sacrifice? Oh, I thought this one would have worked.
Stump.
Any points at the German guy.
Well, technically
He's
the
not
gate only
complete.
opened. Technically, the gate only opened until after we killed you. So maybe as long as you stay alive, the gate stays closed. Maybe that's how it works. I don't know.
What is this gate? How is it supposed to open?
Stumpy wasn't complete.
that-
That's why it didn't keep it closed.
Yeah, Stumpy wasn't a whole person.
Oh, I wasn't sure about that. Damn, we need. So, which one of you wants to climb in then?
Let's grab. Can we use a dead person? Can we grab one of these?
I tried that.
Germans?
It doesn't work.
Well, is one of these German guys still a little alive?
Do a luck roll. Do a luck roll.
61. What's my luck?
61.
50. Shit.
Can you spend luck on that?
I can't spend luck on luck.
No, he says
Can you push a luck roll?
you cannot push a luck roll. If you can get me a live person, I tried everything, but I think a whole sacrifice that was live would work to keep the gate closed.
What if they only have a broken leg?
Wow. How far above ground am I?
You could try it.
I don't even know if I'm
Well,
there.
actually, hang on. If you're so high and mighty about keeping this gate closed and saving the world, why don't you shove yourself in there? You're a full
Not a
living
human.
person.
I don't think I would fit.
I don't think he's a human.
Yeah,
I've
you are going to.
changed.
Are you a
I
ghoul?
changed a long time ago. Oh yeah, you're familiar.
Well, we
Yeah.
kind of guessed along the way.
Well, holy shit, they are real. Would you look at that?
All right. Do we draw straws?
Are we in the room too, or are we still back somewhere else?
Yeah,
No, we're-
who all is present in this moment?
I don't.
Let's say all of you are present.
So we
Because
ran,
you-
Root went, and then we ran after Root.
We're all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
all right.
All right, yeah. So
Well,
we're sacrificing Doyle.
Come on,
No.
we haven't even rolled luck yet.
The only fair thing is to roll is to draw straws.
Okay.
You could.
If
you
only
could
we
roll-
had dice that we could roll to see.
You can roll intelligence for me.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
32. That's a pass.
fail.
Wait. So
I got an
those-
I'll spend 2 points to make it an
27
extreme.
is a hard pass.
Hard success for me as well.
There's also a large amount of German humans who are crossing over that
Yeah.
you could capture if you
Surely we
were
can
so
get it.
inclined.
You say there's a large amount of German. Is that an amount I can capture a couple of basic phrases out of?
we have time
Um,
to do that.
Yeah, we got time to catch one of the invading German soldiers. We could use one of
We got
them.
to leave the bunker, go up top. We got to try to capture somebody. That door is going to open in a few minutes.
It didn't open for a few hours
Yeah, it didn't open until after we killed the ghoul.
after the gas happened.
What
Yeah,
about
after the
What-
gas, after we collapsed the tunnel.
what about that lieutenant?
Yeah, he
Let's do
didn't
these-
care for us anyway.
Fuck you, fuck lieutenants. Let's use him.
Well, I mean,
You
the
really-
army does need a change.
I don't
Well,
trust him anyway.
Actually, you know what? Joffrey could just
Oxbridge
take
can get
over.
a promotion.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
true.
Yeah.
Oxbridge is a sergeant. He can just take
Yes.
over after the lieutenant
I-
goes.
Realize you're-
Isn't that how you get a
you're-
commissioned officer? I don't know. Like a
You're threatening the life of your superior officer. You could get thrown in jail for the rest of your life.
you see
No,
what they do
want
to
throw
us.
them into
They
the
stick us
machine
out
first.
there.
All
All
right,
We're
of my friends
soldiers.
have died.
Erastus,
I've
Erastus, real question here. Does getting thrown in jail matter if we're just going to keep showing up back here over and over again until we stick
think-
somebody in this ruddy machine?
I think one of us needs to get into the machine.
Well, then be
And
my
we need
guest.
We need to draw straws. That's the only fair thing. We're
I'll do
we're
it.
trying to save the world.
Oh,
No,
Wood
it's
just
not fair
volunteered.
for you to
I'm
just
supposed to be
decide to sacrifice.
I'm supposed to be
Well-
protecting you guys. I'm supposed to be the guard.
No,
No.
Wood, you shouldn't have to go just from obligation, but
It's my job.
Draw straws.
Why do we
We
think
should
make
the
it
door
fair.
is
Draw
going
straws.
to end the world if it opened before? It's fine.
Let me be
Oh,
the
don't-
hero.
I don't want to go any more than any.
We can't
you
send Doyle.
all
Look at
go.
him.
Look, all I know is I don't want to go in at all.
I don't want to go in. But if we draw straws, it's fair. You know, it can't get any worse.
Can I like sprint over and try to like fling myself into it?
Sure.
That's what I want to do.
Okay.
I'll
All
trip
right.
her.
Who's trying to? Is
Him.
anybody going to try to stop
This
him?
is stupid.
Yes.
Weed
This is
gonna...
stupid.
We all have
Okay.
the right to be the hero.
Okay, Weed can do an opposed fighting roll.
Really?
He's trying to stop you, yeah.
Brawl.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do
Brawl.
brawl. Okay.
Do
And-
brawl, yeah.
Oh fuck! I got a 91.
And I got a 19.
So Weed
That's
is able to restrain Wood from jumping in the machine and
Just
No heroics. This is
No.
like on a ship when you're all starving to death. One person has to draw
Haven't you ever
straws.
read
and-
Moby Dick?
Doyle was a princess. We have to save him.
Look,
So, who's willing? All five of us, or John
I
doesn't
am-
want to do it?
Yeah, I'm unwilling.
No.
I don't want to go. I mean, look at me. I mean, I don't want to go. Somebody said that place is the devil. I don't want to go.
Why are
Wait,
we
Root,
listening to
what if-
something? The
Root,
door
what if we
opened
just
before
blew it
and
up?
yeah, the world did not end. Why are we killing ourselves?
But
can
if,
you just,
if
like,
one of us
blow it
has to
up?
go in, that means one of us has to die for the world to.
Goulash says that we
end.
need to do this.
Stumpy said something.
All right, hang
about
on.
one of
We
us
got
needs to
one
go.
person in here who seems to know a hell of a lot more about this machine than any of us.
Don't
Miss-
throw Wood in there just because he knows.
No, not wood.
The ghoul is slowly
The ghoul.
withdrawing back up the tunnel from where
Hey,
he
hey,
came.
wait a minute. Before you go, what exactly is this thing, and why do we gotta jump in it and die?
Well-
If I try to, I'm sorry, but if I try to speak German to it in very basic terms, being like,
He speaks English.
I mean, he speaks English, but is German his native language? Is the point?
Does it matter? He speaks English.
I don't know. If I try to like hello to him, like the German hello, does that matter to him in any perceivable way? Then-
Yeah, he seems to speak German.
Okay. Hello. Hilfe Deep.
Are you speaking German so that we don't know what you're saying?
He's trying to speak German, but
Your German is
so,
your German is terrible. The ghoul
I
is
know.
Yeah,
looking
look.
at you.
I
No,
only
listen.
know so many terms. Okay, leave me alone. I'm taking
Why?
Duolingo in Spanish.
All right, so
Jethro. Let's go to the machine and we'll do that.
All right, let's do it.
yeah,
I
you two
can't- I
Rochambeau
can't take
for
this.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh. This is
Okay,
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, does that mean I lose? Did I go in or you
Yes.
win?
Oh, we didn't actually determine if the winner gets to go.
All right,
You're
all right. We'll
the
do it.
winner,
We'll
you
do it one
decide.
more time. We'll do it
No,
one
you're
more
the winner,
time.
you decide.
Or we could do it one more time and actually set up rules for this. Like loser
Winner gets to go
thrown
in.
Okay.
Okay.
One more time. Winner goes in. Loser stays out. All right. That's
Okay.
completely fair.
All right.
It's a game of
All right.
chance.
All
There
right.
you go.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Edit paper.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Paper.
I'm the winner.
All right. Well,
I don't want to die. No. I'll
All
go
right.
get in the machine.
Well, I'm
No!
sorry. You gotta go in. It's the rules of the game.
I asked
Well-
the ghoul thing. I say, do you know how to operate it? We don't know how to operate it. Tell me what to do.
just put your
Oh.
fingers inside of the ports. It should
Wait.
do
Wait,
red.
wait.
Just do the
Is it
work.
gonna chop off our fingers?
No, it's going to chop us into little pieces and absorb us like the other
it's going
thing
to do
did.
the same thing it
Is
did to
it?
Stumpy.
And
Yeah.
Is it?
and we have to be complete, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
mean,
mean, I think so.
Does he
I hope
confirm that
circumcision
if we
doesn't
put our fingers
count.
in the thing, it's gonna
That's
chop our fingers
thinking.
off, right?
No, basically, from what I remember of the description last time, his hand got shoved in, his veins got pulled out, like he was deveined while still alive. They
Like
were
a shrimp.
cut. Yeah, they were
Okay,
subsequently
so
cut. Like basically just chopped him up into little pieces,
All right.
piece
Wait,
by piece.
play
do
it
you
out
have
from
any
here.
injuries or scars?
We are. I do have a scar, but are we trying to sacrifice wood because of the rock paper scissors game?
No, we're sacrificing weed because weed won. The rules of the Rochambeau were winner goes in, loser stays out. That was what they had
Okay.
decided. So weed won, so weed
So are
is
we
going
still
in.
trying to sacrifice each other a little bit to make it easier for weed?
I'm sticking my fingers in the hole.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
Weed's doing it.
I'm like
All
As
right,
soon as
texting
you-
you,
all right.
Tell
giving you
tell
like
my wife
support.
and 7 children that I love them.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
7 children.
No.
Oh,
Um,
that's a joke he likes to make up on the force.
Yeah, as soon as you stick your fingers in and the gate is closed on you, some arms come out of the machine, spiked with surgical tools. Some have pincers on them. And Weed, you're slowly disassembled into little bits by this machine.
You all hear me
You're-
yell, "Is that all you got?"
You're-
Gabriel's like,
I'll
Weed.
fight her to the end. You glorious bastard.
Yeah, you're absorbed in, and as you are, your screams, of which there are some, sorry, echo within the machine's pipes sonorously, and you're sucked out into somewhere. A little bit of your rib cage and spine are spit out. The part of your skull is spit out of the machine, and that is all that remains of Erastus Weed.
You
With my
died.
consciousness.
You died like a hero.
I float up to the clouds, I get to the pearly gates, and Cthulhu says, "No.
No, it doesn't exist. Not in this
It's
world.
not what's
Sam.
here."
And so the attack by the Germans commences up above, but with the pre-warning, and we'll go into an epilogue here. With the pre-warning, the lieutenant and his squadron are able to repel it. The Germans are turned back, and you defend your position. Now, later in 1917, a few months later, all the mines beneath the Messine Ridge would be blown, except for the ones under the Birdcage position. It was reported to the general staff that the Germans had abandoned the positions there and left. Now, the German platoon or brigade or whatever that was stationed there was never heard from again. They disappeared. But you, those who sacrificed Weed, made it out alive. After you repelled the German attack, they seemed to that the position was in fact abandoned. They attacked with strange weapons that you'd seen before, in those strange uniforms you'd seen in the archaeological site. If anybody made it to the German trenches and looked through, they might have seen that it seemed like the Germans had gone completely mad in there.
I know I'm like in the back of that unit, but is there any chance we might be able to find Weed skeleton on the other end?
Oh, you could grab Weed's skeleton, or his just his
A bit
rib
of-
cage.
Yeah,
What was
bit of
left of
spine and
Okay.
rib.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
And the Birdcage 3 mine was never blown, as I said, but years later, after the war's over, in 1955, after you'd all gone home and lived through 2 world wars and maybe live to tell the tale, hopefully. Some of you. You maybe hear, or maybe you even go back there, that a bolt of lightning in 1955 hit the ground near Birdcage 3, and the mine underneath the ground, all those hundreds of feet, mysteriously detonated, blowing the whole place to smithereens.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we'll end the scenario in 1955 with the mine blown. You guys won. You closed the gate to Carcosa. Great job. With only one dead man sacrificed.
Dang.
I do have to ask.
Doyle spent 17 years looking for those birds that he let go.
I was going to ask, did any
all over Europe
back? Did Horace come back to me?
let's say that Horace he comes back to you. Sure.
Oh.
They got a little cottage somewhere and lived there for
exactly. You keep him as a pet for years until he dies of natural bird causes.
And we got Stumpy out of there alive this time.
Stumpy's out alive. No, he's prisoner of war. But yeah,
Not great, but at least he didn't get shoved in the machine.
Basically,
you all went back home and found out that it was the United States
of Germany, of
Germany,
Empire of America.
You were in an alternate universe.
No.
So tell us a little what the whole thing was. Give us your background.
So yeah, the ghoul had dug through to the lost city of Ys, which was, as you had figured out, defeated by Carcosa. If you'd looked around in the precipice where the jester had climbed up, it was kind of a secret area because I didn't really expect you guys to go, but you would have seen the second half of that sheet of paper that would have told you that after the ambassador from Carcosa arrived in Ys, which is a real legend, by the way, the king basically ended up the floodgate let the ocean in, and the Carcosan guy made a drain in the floor and said, if our music stops playing, the drain will close and you'll all die. And the only way to keep the music playing is through the screams of your king being tortured in that room. So the jester was the king, and he was being tortured and sort of keeping the drain open. A ghoul accidentally dug through in a ghoul tunnel to this place and opened it up to open the realm of Carcosa up to, France. So that's what was happening to the Germans in there. Their brains were being basically poisoned by Carcosa spreading out from that hole. You guys managed to close it and everything went back to normal, and the mine was blown. So who knows what happened then after the mine was blown.
My fate seemed a little like the Bull of Phalaris, the bronze bull, where they'd put the person inside of it and then start heating it up.
Yeah,
and his screams would sound like
sound
the
up
bull.
the nose. Yeah.
So I have to ask, like, did the Germans we found, like, were they actually like an American legion, or was it like there was an American Kaiser or something like that?
No. The whole German line was basically bled through by the King in Yellow. So the Imperial Dynasty of America is the dynasty of the King in Yellow in our world. Basically, it's how he manifests in our world, if you read the book.
One from the Chambers book, yeah.
Yes, yeah. And so he was manifesting in the German lines in that way. And then eventually he manifested fully in the form of the Carcosa soldiers, but you defeated them.
You need to get Morgan to play this one. He'll really like it.
Yeah, this is awesome. I really enjoyed it.
You guys
stuff. It's so fucking weird.
you guys figured everything out. You didn't struggle at all.
Wait, what? Really?
Are you sure?
Oh my god, we got an A+.
You got an A+ for me. The only other thing you could have figured out is the second piece of paper I was surprised that you ended up talking to the ghoul. I thought you were just going to kill him.
We were close, but then I kept thinking, wait, he had a piece of chalk. Maybe he was trying to.
Yeah, that was the hint.
Yeah,
That was the hint that he was in fact sensitive.
Maybe he was trying to do something.
You also, luckily, missed on the hangar door on the inside was a ginormous yellow sign. So you guys never looked at the hangar.
Yeah, we never
turned
around.
Like a circle with lines around it. I thought like that's the yellow sign, isn't it?
Or maybe we did, and none of this ever actually happened.
It's also possible.
Wait, what's the yellow sign?
It's basically like a circle with like 3 lines around it.
It's the symbol of the king in yellow, basically.
Yeah.
And if you look on it, you are under his control.
Yeah, it's an elder sign.
You go insane and become incest.
Wait,
I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, it's
Keith
a
has
bad
a
juju.
gigantic tattoo of one on his
Really?
leg. Yeah.
Well, then he is thoroughly possessed. I mean, we all knew that, though, didn't we?
Okay. Huh?
That was fun.
I mean, I don't like spend a lot of time looking at him. Like
Next time you talk to Keith, say, "Show me the yellow sign."
Show me the yellow sign.
Found the yellow sign.
I haven't seen the yellow sign yet.
I'm pretty sure it's on his. It's either on his arm or his thigh. I think it's on his thigh. I only know that because he posted pictures of it. I didn't actually find him. Take off your pants. Show me your sign.
Hey, show me your yellow sign, Keith.
One of the best pickup lines of all time.
It got real weird.
All right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah. Go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, maybe I should have cut off before.
Well. That's all right. We can fix it in editing.
Yeah.
I just
Our players included. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I appreciate Doyle being my princess this whole time.
Oh yeah.
Our players included Jenny Olson, Connor McLean, Robert Boucher, Brandon Eubank, and myself, with Max Meltzer as the keeper of arcane lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.